Kristoffer Berntsson.
Oh, beautiful start. Triple Lutz, triple toe loop. Oh, hang on in there, and he did. Had to put a turn on the landing of the triple axel, but it'll count. The jump's over now. He can sell it. What a way to start our coverage this afternoon. You're in for a real treat. Look at that. A sea of yellow and blue. Well, I shouldn't have questioned whether he could hold his nerve. He's risen to the occasion. We've seen him in the past, a little frail with the jumps. And to be honest, he wasn't over his skate as much as he would have liked, but he fought his way through the jumps and made everything count. Brilliant. Kristoffer Berntsson, thank you very much.
Wow, he deserves all the applause. What a great reception. This crowd, one of the best I've seen in Europe. Just wonderful. And the concept of the routine and the way he sold it as well, so good. That first triple Lutz, he was hanging in the air, it was so high. Spin's good, step sequence is good.
Yeah, spin's a little bit slow for me, but position's good. He was getting the levels up all the time, and the interpretation just brilliant. Here's that Lutz that Nicky was talking about, back outside edge, textbook position in the air, leant forwards a little bit too far, but see how it drives the right arm back, which enables him to get enough pressure on to get 3 turns on that toe loop at the end. Big jump here, 3.5 turns, triple axel, beautiful. Just tends to let the hips go back a little bit on the landing, had to put a turn in on there, but the important thing was he'd made the rotation, didn't put the free foot down. Death drop into the back sit, difficult positions, getting the level up all the time. There he changes onto that forward inside edge, little bit of travel. And a real good close-up of the intricacies of the footwork. Great edge work, using every inch of the skate through this. Wow. Okay, well, Igor Machipura for Slovakia, it is leading with 61.19, but I can tell you, he's not going to be leading for long. Personal best score for Kristoffer is 67.25. He's excited, look. So am I. It's going to be a wonderful afternoon, if that's anything to go by. 38.48, that's a monster score. So that the technical score presentation down a bit, 30.54, so 69.02, new personal best for him and a new season's best. So he goes shooting into the lead by nearly 8 points. Fantastic, very, very well done, Kristoffer Berntsson. Just the start we were looking for. And the people in the audience, it is packed to the gunnels. Okay. He's got a long wait to see just how well he will fare. Because remember, the draw is seeded, all the big guns going towards the end of the afternoon. So, a tough act to follow, but this man can do it. 11th in the European Championships he was. Never finished inside the top 20 at the World Championships. The Slovenian national champion, Gregor Urbas.
Triple ups, triple toe loop.
Well, I thought he hadn't got enough elevation on the Lutz, the first part of the combination, but he kept the speed. Now, setting up the Axel.
Triple Axel, clean on the landing. Wrapping for the loop, triple loop.
Well done, Mr. Urbas. A cleanly skated program. Didn't have the pizzazz that Kristoffer Berntsson showed us, but technically very, very good indeed. Bit of a question mark over the changes of direction in the second half of the footwork. Spins were good though, worked on getting the levels up. Nice triple axel in there, only went for the triple loop, which is worth half a mark less than the flip that Kristoffer performed. So I still think that Berntsson's going to stay out in front.
Interesting positioning of the circular step sequence. Most of the skaters will be doing it around the central point of the ice, but Gregor chose to do it around the end of the rink. So part of his step sequence was really quite close to us here at the end of the rink, and it seemed to be a bit stuck in there for me. In looking at ice coverage as being one of the things you're looking for, it was all a little bit compressed. Wonder about whether it should open out a little bit more.
Just looking back at some of the jumps, he really does have a great position in the air. Just a little bit more personality, and certainly in an arena like this where he can really play to the crowd. It does help.
The spins were very well centered. The one he did just down to our left literally stayed nailed on the spot, almost drilling the hole in the ice.
Breathes a sigh of relief at the end of the program. Okay, so where will they have him? 63.43, his personal best. Remember, Berntsson's got 69.02. 38.48 was the technical score for Berntsson. 35.04 for Urbas. 26.61. Good marks. Not a personal best for him, but good enough to put him into second place, just ahead by about half a mark of Igor Machipura of Slovakia. So second it is for Gregor Urbas at this stage. So three skaters still to go in this opening group. And on the ice now, a young man from the Czech Republic. He's getting to a modern arrangement of the Nutcracker suite. This is 19-year-old Pavel Kaška. First World Championships for him. He was 19th in the Europeans last year.
And a similar start to Gregor in the content of the 8 items to be done. The triple axel will be first, then triple Lutz, triple toe loop, and then the triple loop. Not a lot of speed. Here comes the axel.
Oh, singles out. Well done, triple Lutz, double toe. Searching for enough tension to get 3 turns on that toe loop, but wasn't to be.
Good on the loop. working the edges, but could do with more speed. Not a lot of ice coverage.
Well, it was good, but that mistake at the beginning of the program was a very expensive one. The single axel has a base value of 0.8 of a mark. The triple axel, which is the jump he was going for, if he had nailed it, would have given him a base mark of 7.5. So that gives you some idea what sort of pressure's on these skaters.
And if you're wondering what a base mark is, that's what's been agreed as the reflection of the difficulty of that element, and then the judges mark it according to what they call the grade of execution, how well you did it. So you take the risk and you go for it if you're not 100% sure. But he didn't look confident to me in it. Quite slow at the start.
Well, there it is. You see, didn't get enough tension. Skate slipping away from him. Here's the Lutz, and he did well after a rocky start to come back here. You can see him waiting and thinking, can I possibly get 3 turns on the toe loop? Absolutely no way. Look at the footwork. Really, really important to include as many difficult turns as you can. Rockers, counters, choctaws.
And sometimes it can look impressive, but if you're not staying on the same foot to do the turns, or you're just flicking around, it can be quite easy. So it can be a bit deceptive if you see something where the turns are quite quick, but the skaters are doing it by changing feet. You might think at home it's looking difficult, but the technical specialist and those that know go, actually, those are quite easy turns, so we're not going to give you a high level there.
You're absolutely right, Nicky. Yeah, what you want to look for on the footwork is deep edges, and the skaters that hold the edges after the turn, so they're really identifying, yeah, that was a rocker, that was a difficult turn. They stay on the same foot, change the edge and come back in the opposite direction. Look for changes of direction.
And the rise and fall of the body at the same time. If you try it, if you skate yourself, you'll know how physically demanding that is and just how difficult.
Absolutely. So where will these marks have them? I think in 8th place, yes. 8th it is for Pavel. Unlikely that he'll qualify. Remember, 24 out of the 45 will make it through into the free program tomorrow.
Representing Japan, Yasuharu Nanri.
Well, he's the bronze medalist in the Japanese National Championships. And the feeling is that he was fortunate to win that bronze medal, but we'll see here. 12th in the 4 Continents Championships last year. First time in the World Championships for him. And skating to Moonlight Sonata. This is Yasuharu Nanri. Going for the triple axel, got it all wrong. Beautiful triple flip, triple toe loop. Great elevation on that. Hand down on the Lutz though. trying to get the levels up on this combination spin. Backspin first, changed edge, jumped onto the other foot, all features. He's wonderful to watch. Love the soft arm movements and the way he really uses the music, particularly through that step sequence at the end. Very, very well choreographed, but boy, oh boy, what a nightmare of a start on that triple axel.
Yeah, I love the presentation too. A little touch of Petrobana, I thought, in some of the movements there. And one of the flower girls had just gone flying off your screen. Oh, she banged her head. Oh dear, you can't see that just off your picture, but the girls go on to clean up the flowers afterwards. All the flowers wrapped, of course, so just to stop the bits coming out. That could be dangerous for the skates. But yeah, they're already rinkside right throughout the competition. Maybe they'll be champions again themselves one day. Back to his skating. He has presence on the ice and a wonderful way of presenting the program. Good choice of music for him. I thought some really interesting movements off the straight line step sequence in particular, and holds your interest. Some other skaters might be better technically, but oh, goodness me, must have stopped him. His heart must have missed a beat, really.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling when that happens. Just you've got to drive through with the hips a little bit on the takeoff of the triple axel, and he did it too much, so the weight went too far back on the skate and the left foot just slid into the circle.
And choosing the flip rather than the Lutz in the combination, making it easier. And then putting the Lutz in later on, and it didn't quite come off.
Here's a look at that footwork, really working the skates. We got a shot also of the death drop. Tremendous height on that into the back sit. An exciting skater to watch. Got to get his consistency going and be able to handle the nerves on the big occasion. But it's all about experience for him. First time in a World Championships, remember.
The crowd here are really good, aren't they? If something goes wrong, very encouraging.
Yeah, they really are. They try and help the skaters. So where will this have him? 32.06. Remember, he's lost 7.5 marks off that first jump. 28.83 for the presentation mark. So Yasuharu goes into 4th place in behind Machipura. So it's still Kristoffer Berntsson for Sweden leading. Gregor Urbas for Slovenia in 2nd, and Igor Machipura for Slovakia in 3rd. Okay, hang on to your hats again. Another Swedish star. Can he match the performance of Berntsson? He's got to keep his cool, and he's a pretty cool customer. 6th in the European Championships he was. This, his first World Championships. And he won't forget today, whatever happens. What a reception for 19-year-old Adrian Schultheiss. And his music, the electronic violin. Start, triple Lutz, triple toe, clean as a whistle.
Axel, yes.
So 1 jump to go, and here it is. Straight off the steps, triple flip.
Love the transitions, fluidity from one movement to the next.
Come on, fantastic. Just fantastic. Well, I wish I had a Swedish flag. I'd be waving it high. Brilliant. Well, they've made the effort. They've really come here to support their skaters, and the skaters have delivered big time. Brilliant. Adrian Schultheiss, you're a superstar in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. He's a real character. You can see it from the hairdo, the outfit, the way he performs the program, and we love him.
And the music suits his style. But, you know, underneath it all, when you're looking at the requirements of the component section of the marks, he's just delivering in spades. Quality, big elements in the jumps. But I love the gloves, I love the costume. The gloves emphasize the end of the movements that he's doing. It adds to the overall line and the punctuation he can get in everything he does.
Textbook takeoff on that triple Lutz. Checks beautifully for the triple toe loop on the end. Look at that. Down in that right knee and makes sure, and even gets an arm position. Here's the triple Axel. This is the big one. 3.5 turns, and he nails it. Deep knee bend, arm aloft from Evgeny Lutkov. What a great job the team have done preparing this guy.
There were no dead points at all. The transitions, what we mean by that is going from element to element, that it's not just skating to the steps, crossovers or anything. This was the only point I have a question about. I want to see the level on this, because he did it very quickly in a straight line. Some of the other skaters are doing a lot more edges, a lot more content. I'll be interested to see the level that is awarded for that particular element, that the straight line step sequence.
Oh, what a first group. Goodness me. So there's the reaction from Evgeny, and the pictures you're seeing being shown on the huge monitor in the middle of the stadium. And look at the reception, just fantastic. Well, remember, it's Kristoffer Berntsson for Sweden leading with 69.02. 63.4 is Adrian's best mark, and he's going to smash that here. I can't believe it's going to be lower than that, even with the question mark on that straight line step sequence. Let's look. 37.16. 29.29, very good marks.
So 66.45, a new personal best for him, just magnificent. So where will that happen? Should have him in second place. Second place it is, behind Kristoffer Berntsson. So it's a Sweden 1-2 at the moment. Long way to go. Stefan Edberg leads the applause here. Fantastic. So here we go then, to get us underway in this second group, representing China. He was 4th back in 2003. Didn't compete in the Worlds last year. An absolute master technician. Hang on to your hats. Chengjiang Li. Not had a great season. 12th in the NHK Trophy, 11th in the Cup of China. Let's hope he can put that behind him here.
Scheduled to be going for a quad toe loop, triple toe loop combination. It's coming next.
Oh, got it all wrong going into that, and to be honest with you, he'd left it too late. No mistakes there, though. Beautiful triple axel.
Triple loop. Very low in the sit position. Very good in the spin.
Oh, what a pity. Well, all credit to him. He came thundering down the ice into that attempt at the quadruple at the beginning. And if he'd done it, I think he'd have wiped out the whole of ESPN, who were sat right down the front of us.
He didn't have enough time for the second part of the jump, did he, at all? I think they were getting a bit nervous.
Well, we're sat quite a way back, and I was shaking in my boots.
And really, the routine needed that. The rest of it not coming over to the audience as much as the likes of Adrian has done for us, and Gregor and Kristoffer. It's a little flat by comparison in its presentation quality.
Here's that attempt of the quadruple toe. See, just opting out, but there was really nowhere to go, even if he landed it. Here's the triple axel. Beautiful technique on that. Very quick over the right leg. It's a shame that his focus is always down towards the ice when he lands something. If his head was up and his shoulders back, you get a completely different sort of energy out of the landing.
We saw it superbly from some of the ladies. When they are landing the jumps, particularly the American ladies, they flick it up. And yeah, I'm still remembering Sarah Meyer's performance from yesterday as an overall performance.
You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Oh gosh, she was great.
Yeah, I'm with you. It was a lovely, lovely skate. Beautiful program. Well, waiting for the marks, just some of the big names to come. Tomáš Verner, the European champion. It's 37th to go, so he'll be in the next group, third to skate. Last in the next group's Johnny Weir. And we got Jeffrey Buttle, Daisuke Takahashi, Brian Joubert, Kevin van der Perrin, all those to come. So where will they have him? Chengjiang Li in 7th place with those marks, I think. 53.99 his total score. 7th it is. So he slots in behind Anton Kovalevsky for the Ukraine. And so he'll be disappointed with that. So now the runner-up in the Italian National Championships. This is his 5th World Championships. The highest he's been was 17th. Achieved that last year. 7th in the European Championships last year as well. Dropped down to 15th this year. Didn't have a great skate, so looking for better here. Skating to Blues for Kluk. Great piece of music. Karel Zelenka.
Doubled it.
That was Axel. Yep, down in the knee too much, really. No mistakes there. Beautiful triple flip, triple toe. Great elevation on that Lutz.
Change of position, change of edge, change of foot. Working to lift the level on the spin. Now the straight line step sequence. Pushing those edges. Great rhythmic background and great tempo choice for the short program.
Well, it was almost very, very good. That mistake on the axle is going to cost him 4 points. Base value for the double axle just 3.5, so at least 4 points lost there. But apart from that, the quality of the jumps, very, very good indeed. He gets good elevation and he keeps the speed through the jump. That's always impressive. If you can come out with the same speed you've gone in, it gets a thumbs up.
It's looking at the quality of the performance and the execution of it, isn't it, really? Did you mention the music? I was too busy looking at the message board. Did you mention what the music was?
I did. Blues for Kluck. Yes.
Blues for Kluck. I think it's great because just the tempo and the way it works with the short program. It's got the rising and kind of the punctuation points in it. So it's interesting, but it provides like this framework for the whole, what is it called? Program. There we go. Just going to get my teeth in there.
Well, there's a look at that flip. So straight for the toe loop. Fantastic. Absolutely no upper body movement at all. Really, really like that technique. Working hard with the positions on the swings. Gonna try and get his nose onto his knee there.
That's difficult.
It is. Difficult if you've got tight hamstrings. You see how the body hardly moves on the drawback into the Lutz. That's always good because then the energy goes into the jump and not down into the ice.
Again, I love the gloves. They do add in certain of the costumes to what you can see, the finesse of the finger movements and the arm movements. It adds to it.
Keep your hands warm as well.
They do, yeah. It's not that warm in here this afternoon, even though we're really nearly full. I'd just like to say hello to Ken and Pauline. Kingdom of Bahrain, they're watching us from. We're getting everywhere today.
I'll tell you what, we are, aren't we?
I thought we were only being watched in Bognor, but apparently not. Worldwide. Goodness. Eurosport. And if you'd like to have a look on our message board, I just love this. We're doing it eurosport.yahoo.co.uk. And you can also talk to yourselves on the message board. Everybody's interacting. It's all very exciting.
Fantastic. Nothing like a bit of interaction. Okay, marks coming up now. 35.800, the technical score. Zero, yes. It's a new number. You could add another 4 to that if he nailed that triple axel. 28.25, the presentation score. A bit harsh there, perhaps. 64.05, so a new season's best for him. Not quite a personal best, but still good.
I like Zero. Good.
So it's 3rd place for Karel Zelenka. Well done to him. Okay, we got the Russian national champion on the ice now. 2nd time in the World Championships for him. 19th he was last year. Had a good Europeans at his first visit this year. 4th place. Coach Alexei Urmanov. Great to see him here. Of course, he was the Olympic champion in 1994. He's getting to Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto number 2. It's Sergei Voronov. If he can hold his nerve, he's a wonderful skater. Silver medalist in the Eric Bombard Trophy in Paris, one of the Grand Prix events.
And a quad scheduled as the first part of the combination. Here it comes.
Yes! Double toe on the end. Beautiful. Oh, he almost overcooked that. So much elevation on that triple axel.
Fast on the spin, no loss of speed in the rotation.
out on the loop. Beautiful combination spin. Well, fantastic power at the end of the program. Wonderful step sequence, and he's just reflecting on the mistake on that loop. A triple loop he could probably do in his sleep, and that's going to cost him 3.5 marks off the base mark of that jump.
Can hardly believe it. It starts off with a quad in combination, and the entry into the loop was just so relaxed. It's almost lazy entry because he knows he can do it. And it just doesn't happen. You can't afford that in the short program. It takes no prisoners. Everything has to be nailed, each of those 8 elements.
Well, the spins look good. I think who's getting the levels up on the spins. The footwork was good as well. Love the interpretation through that final step sequence, but the highlight, of course, the quad toe at the beginning. He looks so relaxed and focused. Here it is, left outside 3-turn. Drops onto the right foot, outside edge on the right foot, plants that left toe, count the turns, 4 turns as clean as you like. Left arm back, double toe on the end. Beautiful. Here's the Axel. Kept the hips underneath him beautifully going into that, and so much height, he was ready to land 10th of a second before he hit the ground.
He's almost going for a quad Axel.
Yeah. And there's the loop. Oh, dear me.
Right in front of the judges. Dear.
There's some wonderful footwork. Look at the deep edges there, working on the knees, back inside loop. There's where the camera is as well. Fabulous ending.
Heather and Peter just asking about the presentation score. The second part of the mark that you see, well, it's broken down into 5 elements, and they are the skating skills, then the transitions we talk about, the linking footwork and the movement between each element, the overall performance and execution of the routine, choreography and composition now very, very important indeed, and the interpretation of the music. Now, whilst it is broken into those different areas, when we see the marks, we do see it does tend to all be grouped together. But that's the overall framework the judges work to.
So well will they have him. 65.26 will be the total for the short program, and that'll be 3rd place for Sergei. And words of encouragement from Alexei. He knows it's not too bad. Certainly going to end up better than he did last year. Remember, 19th place at the end of the day in the Worlds of 07. So now the bronze medalist in the Swiss National Championships this year. Competed in the Worlds, 3 times before. The highest he's placed was 18th, and that was last year. Beautiful skater. Coached by Jacqueline Pfeiffer. This is 21-year-old Jamal Othman. The music by Paul Dinliter. First section's entitled Ice Queen, second, Rax Africa.
Just the double axel. Triple looks, double loop.
What a shame. Thought he'd nailed it. Triple flip. Well, the cowbells are ringing, and they'll be mighty loud when we get down to the next group, because of course Stéphane Lambiel will be going. But at the moment we focus on Jamal, and it wasn't too bad a performance. Spins were good, footwork great. Very, very good combination. Triple loops, double loop. Shame about the mistake on the flip though, and only a double axel at the beginning of the program. With the speed and the preparation, thought perhaps he was going for a triple, but just a double there.
Yeah, it's scheduled to go for a double, and at this level, when you're looking at the other guys ratcheting off the triple axels, doesn't compare that well. I thought there's some good moments of choreography within the routine, but he didn't capture the energy of the music. Particularly, it was just at the end when he speeded up and gave it a bit more pizzazz, and that final movements that seemed to capture it. But before that, the music was just, he was just missing it, so it wasn't relating to the audience as well as it could have done.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a struggle all the way through that program. Great position on this spin. That's not easy. Forward inside edge. Normally when you're on the right foot you'd be on a back outside, but changing the edge to get a feature, so that helps get the level up. Backspin first in the combination. Inverting there, that's difficult to do. There's that forward inside again. Change of foot.
And I was talking to Brian also, and he was saying that that having to do the laybacks, having to do the movements was causing, he recognized more and more injuries because of the twists and the turns that you have to put in as a skater. So it's very, very demanding, the rules and the systems that we have in place. And you have to have warmed up very well indeed.
You do, and
like we do before we start.
We do. We lubricate our larynx, don't we?
I thought we did that afterwards.
Oh,
we normally
okay.
do that. We normally do that after we finish. Tell me we did that last night. Jolly good.
I was just going to tell the viewers, Nicky,
What, you're
that Jamal has got an injured left foot.
Okay.
And can't do any toe loops. So for him, the warming up is very, very important indeed. So well done to him for being here and competing with an injury. So a new season's best as well, so can't grumble at that. So 9th place it is, in behind Kovalevsky for the Ukraine, ahead of Chengjiang Li for China. So still a Sweden 1-2 with Berntsson at the top and Schultheiss in 2nd place.
That's like your warming up, isn't it? I've seen you do that, getting in the zone.
That's my cooling down.
Okay, that's afterwards. After you've done the larynx thing.
Absolutely, yeah. It's usually involuntary, though. Okay, we've got 2 skaters to go in this group number 6. Runner-up in French Nationals. Big roar for him. There's quite a lot of French support here in Sweden. 12th in the European Championships in January. In fact, for the last 2 years, he's been 12th. Competed at Worlds once before, where he's 14th. This is 21-year-old Yannick Ponsero.
And again, going for the big one, the quad in the combination.
It was great in the warm-up. And it just went off. Left shoulder dropped a bit.
Good speed. Huge triple axel. He's got a load of power in his skating, but not a lot of upper body movement. And that's one of the things the judge is looking for, particularly on the step sequences.
Well, a lovely program. He shakes his head there. It was hard work, but a lot to admire. Doesn't have a soft knee then, does he, when he's doing the footwork? Really seems to skate above the ice rather than getting into the ice, but still exciting to watch.
He is, because he's got this fantastic power, and it's obvious from the off. He's just creating great acceleration and speed and huge jumps. That triple axel.
Yeah, certainly the fastest, I think, that we've seen so far this afternoon.
A bit like you, and placing it in that position, it's the Plushenko position, I always think, or so many other skaters seem to go and want to put it a certain point, and no doubt in his long program he'll have it placed at the same point. But so much to admire with the strength in particular.
And there he was, just hesitated slightly coming out of that quad toe. He'd made the rotation, a bit of a stumble, manages to get double toe on the end. Here's that Axel, and he was motoring into this. He actually doesn't get an awful lot of height in it, so the speed gives him that extra little bit of air time. You're looking at about 0.8 of a second, I suppose.
Looked huge to me, so it's the distance.
Yeah, he got a much more length in it. And usually the skaters you'll see on the takeoff edge of the triple axel, they get into the ice, and the energy from the takeoff edge almost stops the forward momentum, gives you the height and the air time required to do 3.5 turns. Here's that footwork. Nicky talking about the upper body movement, and to get a level 4 in the footwork, which is almost an impossibility, but some of the skaters achieving that, you've got to have a good amount of upper body movement.
Ches from Westcliff in Essex is asking, where is Yuri Plushenko? You miss Alexei Yagudin. Well, Yuri has been doing exhibitions. He's been doing art on ice. It's a tour. Also came over to Sheffield.
You're talking about Evgeny.
Sorry, Evgeny, yes. Thank you.
That's all right. It's fine.
That's why you're here.
I was trying to think who you're talking about for a minute there.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
And who
Invoices
knows?
in the post.
These days, people can come back in, can't they?
Well, I tell you what, there is a very strong rumour, and he's reputed to have said that 1,000% he will be skating in the World Championships next year. Now, whether you believe that or not, and I've seen it in 2 sources here, that he's saying he will be back, which would be fantastic. We've heard it before, but that's what he's saying.
I'll be back.
So Ponsero in 4th place.
From the United States, Jeremy.
So our last skater in the 6th group. We've still got 2 groups to go. And the first of the Americans. 3 Americans taking part in these championships. And we wish him well. He was 4th in US Nationals, of course. You didn't hear me say earlier on. Evan Lysacek not here because he injured his shoulder in a fall in practice before he came here when his blade broke. This is 22-year-old Jeremy Abbott. Great bit of music. Carlos Santana and Treat. He really was great in US Nationals. Okay, hold your breath. Whoa, just about made the quadruple toe loop, double toe on the end.
Super languid style. Oh dear. Triple axel was the scheduled jump. Lovely in the spin. Change of edge.
Program choreographed by Kurt Browning, and you can see the influence, can't you?
Great rhythm in the step sequence and emphasis on different points. edges round. Good.
Well, it really was a lovely program. And it started off so well with that quadruple toe. He was looking for triple toe on the end, did it in the warm-up session. But he'd have taken quad toe, double toe. But he definitely won't take that mistake on the Axel. He'll be disappointed with that, and it will cost him dear. The Americans not having it their own way at all here in Sweden. We've got in the ice dance, Tanith and Benjamin down in 5th going into the free dance, which takes place tonight, and that's going to be a great competition. I think the highest placed lady, Kimi Meisner, wasn't it? 7th place. Yep, highest placed American lady, 7th. Evan Lysacek not here.
It's just
in fact, in the ladies,
disaster in normal terms from what we're used to seeing from the States.
Yeah, absolutely.
The skaters.
I think the results for the ladies actually mean that they can only bring 2 next year. They've only got 2 places next year. So that's bad news for them.
I love this though. I love the way he interpreted the music. I can salsa to this music, and he was salsering out there on the ice almost, in the circular step sequence in particular. You can almost imagine Kurt skating alongside him saying, come on, emphasize this bit. Let's see what we can do here and play with it. Kurt, for me, one of the all-time greats of men's figure skating. And it's just, he puts fun into it, doesn't it? And that languid start, loved it.
Well, actually, I was at the press conference of Brian Joubert yesterday, I think it was. The days are sort of blurring into one, but I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. And he was saying that he's been working with Kurt Browning since European Championships. And I thought it was a wonderful comment. He said, when you work with Kurt Browning, you don't work, you have fun.
Yeah.
And he said, it's like playing. And he said he invited him over to play with him.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Great. Yes.
And it's helped him get himself back on track, because he said the Europeans were such a bad event for him. So Kurt's really helped him.
And when you have that element of play, that element of, that's a wonderful, wonderful thing to put into your skating, because it can become too intense. It's too important. The media's there, everybody wants a bit of you, and you're under all that pressure. And if you can just lighten the load and just go and do what you did when you first started skating, that's great.
Okay, 32.75 technical score, not bad. 32, oh, very good. Presentation scores, we like that. We like that a lot. So 65.61, a new season's best for Jeremy Abbott, and that will put him into 3rd place, in behind the 2 Swedes. Still great news for Kristoffer Berntsson, leading at this stage with 79.02. So Abbott goes into 3rd place behind Adrian Schultheiss, who skated out of his socks as well. Well, it's been an exciting couple of groups here in this men's short program. There's confirmation of how they stand now. We've got 2 groups to go. It's a Sweden 1-2, and they love it here. Welcome back. That's the situation in the warm-up area. A lot of fun and trying to get rid of the nerves. Some skaters going through their routines, others just getting the body in tune. Stéphane Lambiel, who incidentally we've just heard is feeling a little bit of pain. He's not as comfortable as he'd like to be, but he says he will start. Takahashi just warming up. And the skaters get here very, very early to get themselves into the zone. Well, we've caught up with some of them over the last couple of days. And of course, looking ahead to this final group, the 3 favorites for the world title must be Brian Joubert, Daisuke Takahashi, and Stéphane Lambiel. The reigning world champion Brian Joubert from France is keen to defend his title here, but he knows the competition will be extremely tough. The world silver medalist Daisuke Takahashi
has had a great season so far and posted a new personal best record of 264.41 points in the Four Continents Championships in Korea in February. His only defeat this season so far was handed to him by the two-time world champion Stéphane Lambiel from Switzerland, who beat the Japanese skater in December, where he also earned a personal best of 239 points. Well, Brian Joubert is, well, 2007 was his best season. He was invincible in 6 international competitions. We asked him about the season. He said it's been difficult since the beginning of the season, since back in July. He's had back injury, lots of problems, and then he got a virus, and it completely slowed down his preparation for the season, and that's one of the reasons that things were so tough for him in Zagreb. Well, it was an uncharacteristic performance from Brian Joubert, and one that he wants to put right behind him. And he says after the national championships, he had a problem with his foot, couldn't train. Then he got gastroenteritis just 1 week before the European Championships, and he lost a lot of time. And when he arrived at the Europeans, he was far from his best form. He was conscious, but by no means ready. Third place wasn't a surprise for him. There's Jean-Christophe Simon, who trains Brian in Poitiers. They worked together for 2 years now, and the relationship between them, which is very, very important, is getting better and better all the time. Well, Brian says since the first day that they worked together, it worked really, really well. There were some disputes, but that can happen, and that's sometimes good. He says he's never seen Jean-Christophe upset. And we asked him, do you get upset at times? He said, I'm easily upset, but often it's against myself. Jean-Christophe Simon seems to be calm and to say to me to be quiet. He helps me to feel good about everything. Even this season, although it's been difficult, I've learned a lot of things. I'm a real perfectionist, and I like it when I skate perfectly. This season's been difficult for me physically. I tend to get upset quickly because my body was not in the best form. I've made moves that have not been very precise. Now we're more positive. It gives me confidence again. Try not to be too serious. And thanks to that, we can work in a positive way again. Well, he's hoping these good preparations will get him on his way to defending the world title, but this man will have something to say about it. He's on the way to a second world title. Of course, it's Stéphane Lambiel. He's back in good shape again. We asked Brian what he thought about the challenge from Stéphane, and he says, for me, Stéphane is my main opponent. He's the most complete skater. He's more dangerous than Daisuke Takahashi. He was world champion in 2006, but since that title, he's been a little inconsistent. The past season was really hard for him too. This season, he won the final, but it wasn't a great skate. He beat me at the European Championships, but of course I wasn't 100% in 2006. He was more consistent. Now we feel he's asking himself a lot of questions. That's really an unknown quantity, isn't it? How he will react at the World Championships. There he is, a beaming smile. I suppose the best thing to do is ask Stéphane Lambiel himself what he thinks about that.
La pression de bien faire, elle existe. Sinon, je serais pas là aujourd'hui.
He said the pressure to skate well, of course, exists. If it didn't, I wouldn't be here today. I need to have some challenges, and automatically I'm a perfectionist. I need the pressure, the stress, which can permit me to make a great performance. Pressure I have, I like it, but I have above all, it's a passion to show to the audience. My feeling, my emotion, and my performance on the ice is the most important thing. Well, looking at the Japanese contender, Daisuke Takahashi. He's been practicing very, very well here in Gothenburg. And according to his coach, the fact that he's one of the favorites doesn't really upset him. We had a chat with Nikolai Morozov. This is what he had to say.
He feels good with the pressure. I think it's already second year when he's competing very consistently. So I think it's very control himself very well. So he feels good with the pressure now. It's always hard for skaters to get to this level. It takes a long time. Like you have to go through many competitions, many ups and downs, and finally they're getting to the point when they feel very confident.
So there you have it. What do you think? Joubert, Takahashi, or Lambiel? It's going to be a battle royal. Well, we'll get an inkling of which direction the gold's going to go this afternoon, but of course the medal's decided tomorrow. So here we go. Peter Johansson, Mark Mitchell, the coaches, sending him off on his way. His first World Championships, bronze medalists in US Nationals this year. Former junior world champion, America's Stephen Carrier, skating to Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven.
Different choreographic emphasis, putting the circular step sequence in first just to get the feel of the ice. Now triple axel. Long setup, unusual position for it. Just managing to hold the landing.
Bit of a lean on the first part of the combination, triple flip, triple toe loop, and he hangs on. He's working hard. That was the Lutz. All of the jumps completed now.
The music and the skating capturing this crowd.
Lovely expression at the end, and he breathes a sigh of relief at the end of that 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Stephen Carrière for the USA.
You know, the choice of music is always, to me, so important. If you get the music that actually can relate out to the audience and provide the right platform for all the elements, then you're already ahead of the game. And sometimes the skaters don't have it. That really, really worked for me. The Americans are normally, to me, the experts at it as well, because they understand, they grow up with the crowds, don't they?
Oh, yes.
Even at regionals, and you've got your arenas, and you can see from the others above you what works, and the coaches all know. You know, it's either a soaring type of backdrop music or something with a good beat to it. That was the latter, and it worked really well.
Yeah, it is interesting, actually, because you're dead right. Even at regional championships, and I've been to a few since I've been out in Chicago, the atmosphere, or not necessarily the atmosphere, but the structure of the event is the same as a national or a European or world championships. You're in an arena, you've got your practice rink, everything's scheduled, you know where you are. It's the same sort of feeling. So you are brought up on it. Even 8, 9, 10-year-old kids are competing in that sort of environment. And it does make a difference.
This is just then junior worlds, of course, and it's nationals, and then internationals, then you're at junior worlds as well, and then the world stage. I liked his spins. I loved some of the expression and the content of it. I loved the change of music before the last spin and the way that came off and just, you know, took you down towards the end. Step sequence was good. Just fighting on the jumps, but
yeah, certainly a little swingy on that triple axel. It's a difficult one to control because that right leg swings from behind you, and you have to take it forwards to get the momentum for the jump. And if you get it caught outside the circle that you're on, you can lose control of it. And he did well to maintain control.
And I thought the axle, the positioning of it was
strange, wasn't it?
Really unusual, down in the corner here rather than out there. And he didn't look confident on the takeoff for it.
Okay, so the target, 69.02, that of Kristoffer Berntsson of Sweden. His teammate just behind with 66.45. Good marks, 37 very good marks. They've gone with him with the second score as well. The presentation score, 68.20, that'll be. Not enough to get in front of Berntsson, but it will get ahead of Schultheiss, who was in second place. So second it's going to be for Stephen at this stage. You can see that on the scoreboard. He'll take that at this stage. Second place. We've still got 10 skaters to go.
From Belarus.
No, you're never quite sure what to expect from this guy. He can be very, very good. Last year, 4th in the European Championships. The only year he's really threatened at Worlds was back in 2003. This is 29-year-old Sergei Davidov for Belarus. Music from the soundtrack of Schindler's List.
Triple axel to start.
And it's a blinder. Beautiful. Big combination. Foot perfect. Triple lutz, triple toe.
Lovely flowing style over the ice. Beautiful triple flip.
Certainly was. It should be linked with footwork or skating movements, and there wasn't much before it, so he may suffer there a little bit.
Loads of content in the spin.
Well, that was one of the best skates I've seen from Sergei Davidov in years. The jumps, very, very clean. Really looked as though he was over his skate and mentally really, really prepared to skate well this afternoon. A couple of question marks on the footwork. I don't think there was enough changes of direction on the second step sequence. And on the first one, I think he should have held the edges longer after the difficult turns, such as the rockers and counters. The technical specialists will want to see that you've got control of that edge after the turn, and it was very quick off it.
He's so, to me, he has such strength in the flicking of the edges. His, his core body strength, we call it core body strength. It's the center of your body. If you like, your stomach needs to be very strong as a dancer, as a skater, and being able to move from that region is really the key to all the jumps and all a load of athletics as well. Of course, it's movement, but he's very strong there. So when he's flicking those steps, there's the Axel, lovely on the landing. You can see clean and sure, good flowing edge is what we're looking for. It's the combination.
I love the upper body strength, no movement at all anyway through that. It's lovely.
And he's not fighting to hold it. We see that, and that's what we talk about when we talk about the quality of the jumps. If you're new to watching the sport, we talk about what the skaters do, but then the judges are looking at how well they do it. And on the spins in particular, we'll be looking at the change of edge there from the back into the forward outside edge on the spin, and different body positions within the spin all makes it more difficult.
Well, I've just been handed a note about Alban Preobert. I said that he had to withdraw, and what happened was he'd already got 2 back injuries on the way here, but he's got a new one, and it happened yesterday afternoon in practice when he did a triple flip, and he feels that he's probably been compensating to try and protect the injuries he's got, and he's caused himself another one. So he tried to skate this morning, but it was impossible. So we wish him well. Awful thing to happen at the World Championships.
It's a tough decision to make, but it sounds like the right one, absolutely.
So here we go. Marks for Davidov. 68.19 will be his total. And as we look down at our computer, that will put him into 3rd place. In behind Stephen Carrier, ahead of Schultheiss for Sweden. So Kristoffer Berntsson must be pinching himself.
Fantastic.
First off this afternoon, and he's still in the lead. So it's Berntsson, Carrier, Davidov, Schultheiss. And there's Mr. Cinquanta, president of the ISU, who must be thrilled. Well, just a couple of months ago, this man was crowned European champion. He's never been on the podium at the World Championships, was close last year where he finished in 4th place. Mentally, I think he's prepared. What can he do here? Just 21 years of age. It is, of course, Tomáš Verner for the Czech Republic. Beautiful start.
Totally.
That was fantastic.
And there's a triple axel. Doesn't get better than that.
No mistaking the steps before that. Hardly any preparation time before the triple Lutz.
Oh, brilliant.
Great change of edge.
Is he pumped? Yes, he is. Goodness gracious me. Well, in Zagreb, he was brilliant. Here, he's exceptional.
Yes.
He didn't put a foot wrong, did he? Just brilliant. I loved it. Come on your feet, everybody, and they are. Just amazing. Well done, Tomáš Verner. It is an incredible program. The difficulty on the footworks, the edges, well, you can see it for yourself. You don't need us to tell you. That was special.
I love it. He's like, others might not be thinking he can take it, but he's in it to win it as far as he's concerned. He's just going for it.
Absolutely. And in the Joubert's press conference yesterday, didn't mention him.
No.
Ruled him out. And somebody asked the question, what about Tomáš Verner? He said, yeah, I don't think it's between, he's not in the frame. It's just the three of us.
Yeah, well, he doesn't think so.
No, absolutely. He's come here to win. No quad in the short. But the thing is, everything he did was out of the top draw. He's going to get +3s. The grade of execution has got to be good on those elements. Loved it. And it played to the audience.
Was out of nowhere, wasn't it? With the flick of the steps beforehand.
It was a cracker.
And on both step sequences, he was using the edges and taking the time, stopping it to get more content in. And exciting presentation out to the crowd right the way through it. Good in the spins. Love to see it. Love to see the attitude.
So much pent-up emotion before he skates and letting it out at the end. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And you know, my hat goes off to Michael Hutt, who trains him in Oberstdorf.
And the team, the whole team in there, the choreographers as well, Rostislav and Laurie working on that area. Now it's the whole thing. Brilliant.
Well, his personal best is 79.03. I can't believe in my wildest dreams that he's ever skated that program better than that. So are we going to get 80 for a short program? I don't know.
He's going to lead, that's for sure. I can't believe that he's not going to lead. Here we go. There's smoke coming out the computer.
41.44. Very, very close to 80. 79.87 for Mr. Werner. Just fantastic. So he leads by over 10 points now, and that is well deserved. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Well, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Well, what an afternoon this is turning out to be. Fantastic. So Werner leads, Berntsson second, Carrière for the USA in third. Well, it should have been Alban Préaubert to skate next, but as I told you before, he's withdrawn. So now it's the man who's won this title twice before. First time in 2005, then again in 2006. He was the bronze medalist last year. Silver medalist in the Europeans, of course. It's Stéphane Lambiel for Switzerland. Well, that's the jump that he hates, the triple axel. It was almost there. One! Well done! Quadruple toe, triple toe, hand down between.
Easy, sure-footed on the triple lutz. And of course, awesome spins, as ever. For the program's a masterpiece. And he says merci when he looks aloft. But the mistake on the triple axel, well, it wasn't a disaster, was it? He made the rotation,
just didn't maintain control of it. Lutz was good. I'm trying to work this one through. Spins were great, footwork was good.
I was going to ask you about the quad toe loop. You know, against Thomas Verner, the higher level of content, so much higher. So, but how much higher?
Well, the quad toe loop's worth 9 points. What was it Verner did? Triple Lutz, didn't he? That's worth 6, so there's 3 points straight there.
Triple toe loop.
Triple flip, okay, that's 5.5 then, the base value of that, but it was exceptional. So you get a +3 on that, and Lambiel gets a -2 on his quad.
Yeah.
The difference isn't much.
So it starts to come closer together.
It does indeed. But it was a good skate. Triple Axel was going to hurt him.
The spins, as ever, wonderful. Some of the choreography, it's just him, isn't it? It's so different and daring against what we'd see from anybody else.
We're just looking down at Verner's levels. Spins level 3, step sequence level 4.
It's the hand down.
He only got a level 4 in the flying spin. Now that could be key.
Yeah, because these spins are seriously wonderful.
It's amazing as well, looking at that triple flip, triple toe loop of Verner's. They gave that a -1. Base value of 9.5, gave him 8.5. There's no doubting the transitions and the second mark are going to be very good for Stéphane Lambiel. So chasing Verner's total of 79.87. Lambiel has a personal best of 83.80, which he achieved in the Grand Prix finals this year when he won. Now, he said before skating here that he was not feeling great, and a little bit of pain, a bit tight.
Thanks for mailing in, Joe, from Milton Keynes. Fasting today, Easter Sunday. Keep taking the liquids. Lying on the sofa, enjoying the figure skating. Fantastic.
Great to have you with us.
And thank you, Marianne, too, for telling me that my Norwegian colleagues are having me on. The Scandinavian name Bjorn literally is the same word as for bear.
Really?
I think they were having me on after that second glass of wine.
Second?
I didn't have 3 glasses of wine last night, did I?
No, you had 4.
No!
Yes,
no!
you did.
Don't tell anybody.
Okay, enough of that. I'm only joking.
I didn't.
Here we go, 40.47. Now, second score should be good. But we're not that good, 38.55. It's going to be very, very close, 79.12. Just over half a mark in it then, between Thomas Verner and Stéphane Lambiel, and Lambiel is second at the moment.
Oof. Tied here. Goodness.
There's nothing in it. It doesn't matter. So Verner leads, Lambiel second, Berntsson 10 points behind now. Just amazing scenes in the tunnel backstage. Karolina Kostner, who skated so well yesterday to finish in second place, who trains alongside Thomas Verner. But we focus our attention now to the American number 2, silver medalist, but he comes here as number 1 because Evan Lysacek has had to withdraw due to injury. Real shame that, but this guy will keep the stars and stripes flying high. You can bet your bottom dollar. He was sensational in the free skate at US Nationals, and Lysacek and Johnny Weir finishing with exactly the same points at the end of the day, but Lysacek just pipped him at the post because he won the free. So, Johnny Weir.
Triple toe.
Beautiful triple axel.
Lovely running edge on the triple flip. The edges round, not just going straight from one end of the rink to the other. Lots of content, deep edges, turns backwards and forwards on the 1 foot, builds up the technical score.
We have got a competition on our hands here. At last, the American fans who've made the long trip to Sweden have got something to shout about. It's not been a great week so far, but Johnny Weir has come good in Sweden in this short program. A beautiful skate. He'll be pleased to get that one out of the way.
And Galina and, of course, Victor Petrenko looking on from ringside. Nice to see Victor here. But, wow. He was so assured. The skating quality was soft and yet just covering the ice so well. The landing position on the jumps, the flowing edge coming out, quality elements, good in the spins.
That's the key, Nicky, isn't it? The quality of everything.
I wonder
Speed.
on the circular step sequence, whether there could have been more in that. He cut across it, didn't push around quite as much as he could in terms of the step content of that one element. The straight line step sequence, he was driving the edges there. Here's the Axel.
Love that landing position, down in the knee and a soft rise. The arms across the body, some good spin positions, working on the levels. Look, inside edge, head on the knee, into the pancake.
The pancake? There's a donut, isn't there? And a pancake.
There's new positions being devised all the time now. Well done, team. Johnny makes the trip to Moscow every now and then to train there. He's never been on the podium at the World Championships. 4th 3 years ago. Has he got himself into a podium position? That is good. 42.64. 38.15. Very, very good marks. And it's going to be a new personal best for Johnny Weir, and it's going to be first place. Again, nothing in it. Werner had 79.87. It's under a mark between Weir and Werner. Oh, this is turning into some competition. So Weir leads, Werner second, Lambiel in third. But it's a gnat's whisker between the three of them.
And Ashley and Ireland, glad you're enjoying the show and the competition here. You'd love to see Stéphane Lambiel win. Well, it is so tight at the top. He could do it. How this is setting up for the long is amazing.
Well, it is, Nicky, because I think we're going to end up with maybe 4 or 5 skaters really, really tight at the top. And it's going to be literally one element. Here we go then, to get us underway in this final group. The number 2 in Canada. Silver medalist he was in 4 continents. He has been for the last couple of years. Now remember, he won a bronze medal in the Olympics. Here, skating to some music from Astor Piazzolla. It's 25-year-old Jeffrey Buttle for Canada.
Beautiful quality on the combination. Oh, lovely triple axel. Great start.
Oh, that's the last of the jumps, the triple lutz.
Superb transition into the spin, just flowing.
I just can't grasp what I'm seeing this afternoon. This is just the most amazing competition.
That's my favourite so far.
It was light, it had everything, didn't it?
That's my favourite so far. Just awesome music and the way he portrayed it throughout. Just breathtaking. Wonderful skating. But they're all so close. They're all so good this afternoon. Wow.
Well, his personal best is 83.85. Remember, Johnny Weir's leading with 80.79. How you split them, it's just incredible. Beautiful combination. Look at the timing. Fantastic upper body strength. There's the triple axel.
Such quality, isn't there, on the landings?
Yeah, it's like a single, isn't it? Butterfly into the back sit, forward inside edge, change of position, round the back. Just amazing.
David Wilson doing the choreography, a fantastic job. And that music, Adiós Nonino by Astor Piazzolla.
Piazzolla, yeah, lovely choice.
Just fantastic. He picked out the nuances of it. One of the things you're looking for is the projection, the variety within the overall piece. And it was a piece. It was like a dance piece. If you talk about dancing on the stage or in the ballet, you talk about it being a piece. This is a competition, but for me, that was just a dance piece as well. Wonderfully performed.
Certainly was. Well, remember, 2005, he won a silver medal, bronze medal in Olympics. He's got himself in the frame with that. There's no doubt about it. Where will he be? 80.79 is the target. And these marks are good. 44.07. These marks are very good. 38.03. That's good. 82.10, the total score there. So that puts Jeffrey Buttle into the lead. The judges going with Nicky here. The best short program of the afternoon so far. So Buttle leads, Weir second, Verner third, Lambiel fourth. Those four locked together by 3 points. Just incredible. Well, it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. We've still got 5 skaters to go in this final group. And our next skater could shake things up, no doubt about that. Silver medalist from last year, in great form. He was first at 4 continents, second in the ISU Grand Prix finals in Turin this year. It is, of course, Daisuke Takahashi from Japan. He celebrated his birthday last week, 22 years of age now. This is a modern arrangement of Swan Lake.
Triple flip, triple toe loop. Walk in the park.
Oh no! Just lost it on the landing of the triple axel. That's better. Triple loops.
Fun, interpretation, powerful.
Brilliant dancing.
Believe it. I just can't believe it. I tell you what, he's a skating Justin Timberlake, isn't he?
He is. It's nonchalance going into the jumps, the big elements, but then it's funky, isn't it? It's funky, it's exciting. It's more than Michael Jackson out there on the ice, and that music works so well, but he makes it his own. It's unique style. The crowd clapping along, roaring with him right through that. That's the most energy, excitement that's been created this afternoon.
Probably with the exception of Mr. Berntsson, but you can forgive him for that. But what a performance that was, and it was a complete performance. The two-step sequences were to die for. Just amazing. Now, how crucial will that hand down on the triple axel be? The thing I love about this guy is he doesn't waste any time setting the jumps up, does he?
And he has that little lazy free leg that it's like, oh, I'm just going to do a jump. Here we go. What is it? Oh, okay, here's the triple jump. So great. But I don't know. You know, for me, the crowd were getting into that right the way through so much without... Well, there's a lot of Japanese here, but there's not the same thing as there is for Kristoffer Berntsson. Obviously, they're not the same overall support here, but they were really into that.
They were.
And I was too.
Yeah, me too.
It's the first time for me this afternoon that the hairs on the back of my neck start to stand up on end as he's dancing. The circular step sequence with the flicks.
Just brilliant.
Funky.
But if he gets a -2, say, on the triple axel, it's not going to be the end of the world. He's going to be in the frame. His personal best is 88.57. That's what he got in 4 continents when he won.
You can see why. Hey, take that. Here we have
Goodness
the
me.
Sky Cam going along beside him. I love that stop and pumping the music.
You know, it just strikes me, Nicky, we've just seen 2 completely contrasting performances, haven't we? Same set of rules, and you've got Jeffrey Buttle, who comes out with a classical, balletic style that is beautiful. No criticism, it's just absolutely beautiful and a joy to watch. And then this guy comes out with something, as you say, funky. And appeals to a completely different generation. Mind you,
it worked for
everybody was clapping along, I think. That beat was thumping through the stadium. My earphones were vibrating. Right, Mr. Morozov, very well done for the choreography there and for preparing this guy. You've done a great job again. 41.15, the marks there. 39.25. It doesn't really matter. They're all going to be in the frame. It's 80.40, the total score there. That's going to put him into 3rd place at this stage. If he kept his hands up on the triple axel, he'd be leading. But he's not. Buttle leads. Weir 2nd. Takahashi 3rd. Verner in 4th.
It's all very close still.
Oh, the men's free is going to be so exciting. Well, it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. The reigning world champion on the ice now. He's had a tough season. Jean-Christophe Simon applauds his protege. He knows how tough it's been for him. He's had illness, injury, bad competitions. He's got to focus here. He desperately wants to retain the title. Skating for All For You. Of course, it's Brian Joubert for France. Yes! Quad toe, triple toe! There's the Axel. He's on fire now. Oh, don't believe it. Down on the triple Lutz. Well, if the crowd had their way, he'd be at the top, but he's not going to be. Not with that performance and that mistake. Oh, dear. He's going to get a point deduction for the fall. Oh, it's tough.
He looked great on practice this morning.
He did.
Assured, just fine.
Well, the quad toe, triple toe combination at the beginning was special. It doesn't get any better than that.
I thought he had it then.
Yeah. He must have done as well. He must have thought he got it in the bag. Triple Axel in the back pocket too. And then a triple Lutz, a jump he can do in his sleep. A crazy mistake. Well, we've got it all this afternoon, haven't we? Fantastic performances, a bit of drama. The crowd doing everything they can here to sway the judges. He shakes his head. Jean-Christophe Simon there waiting for him at the gate. Just amazing. It was a wonderful program choreographed by Kurt Browning. Puts his hands on his heads and oh dear.
He looks so strong. There we go.
Well, there's that quad, and what a cracker it was. Triple toe on the end. Textbook position in the air, controls the running edge. The triple axel grits his teeth and drives that right leg through. A little bit of a dicey landing. You see the ice buckling away. Now, what happened? He's over the skate. He's over the right foot. Left arm's there, just cautious with the coming out. Should have been sharper with the free leg. And then he knew he had to sell it like he's never sold it before. And that's what he did. Well, he's got a personal best of 83.64.
And it must have been just a slight lack of concentration. We see that in the past. This is a short program. These guys know you can't let the concentration go for a moment. He was out of the Lutz probably before he got fully landed it. He'll be kicking himself because he can do it. He knows he can do it. So easy.
Oh, yes. And if he loses the title by a point or two at the end of the day, he knows where it went.
It's so tight here.
It really is, yeah.
But I think he's got, you know, he's a champion. You have that mental strength.
It's Mr. Werner. He's lying in 4th place, remember. Just looking at the scores at the moment, we've got Jeffrey Buttle out in front on 82. Then the next two people on 80 points, Weir and Takahashi. The next two on 79, Werner, Lambiel. Then a gap of 10 points down to 6th. There's so much camaraderie between the kids, isn't there?
Yeah, they could see each other on the monitors. They're just saying hello. And he looks fine with it. You know, as a champion, he knows the game. Knows how to manage the mind. You know, one mistake, put it behind you. Now move on.
Okay, technical score very good indeed, 41.14. Remember, there's going to be a point off of these, 38 for the presentation score. That would have given him 78.75. He's got 2 deductions, 77.75.
Doesn't know what the second one's for.
We don't know. We're trying to work this out. The Lutz. He got 3 points for the Lutz, down to -3. Well, I'm not sure what the other deduction's for. Everybody's shaking their head around us. But he goes into 6th. So still 3 skaters to go. And there, Don Laws watches on. This program choreographed by Laurie Nickel. The skater, 17-year-old Patrick Chan, the newly crowned champion of Canada. Bit of a surprise that was. First time I've seen him. But there's a real buzz around this guy.
And Ziva from Slovenia, you're one of those that are just joining us for the first time. You want to know about learning the jump, so watch out for the first one here. He starts from a right outside edge. This is an Axel. Triple Axel.
Great combination, triple flip, triple toe loop. Makes it look easy, doesn't he? Oh yes, I like it.
Strong emphasis on the edges. Putting the upper body movement in as well makes it more difficult. That's what the judges want to see.
He had a wobble going into that, about 3 steps before the takeoff. And I was just thinking to myself, I hope he can get himself over the skate.
Lovely edge work. Diagonal sequence right from one corner to the next.
that was good. I enjoyed that. Silver medalist in the Junior World Championships last year. First time we've seen him here on Eurosport, and this is first senior championship. Quite incredible. Skated in Skate America last season, where he finished third. He won the Eric Bombard in Paris at the end of last year, finished fifth in the Grand Prix finals in Turin. He's a rare talent, all right.
And it was just the getting it set before the Lutz, wasn't it? What you have to do is you can't do the long setup edge before the single jump. That makes it more difficult. If you have to do steps before a jump, you have less time to prepare. There's the Axel. That was fine.
Well, slightly under-rotated on the way out. I hope he doesn't get downgraded for that. Remember, anything more than a quarter short and you get downgraded, which is bad news. Combination perfect on that.
You have such eagle eyes, don't you, on this? It's because it's what you do, isn't it?
It is.
I think
indeed.
it looks fine to me, but it's the landing, isn't it? You have to be so precise.
Well, here's the Lutz, but the mistake was about 3 steps before. He sort of clipped his feet together, and that will have unsettled him on the way in. And I'm sure that caused the error on the landing. Needs to get slightly better positions in the spins when you're looking at the caliber of performances that we've had so far.
It lost the energy, didn't it, as it moved on in the program compared to some of the others we've seen, and also the quality of the presentation not up to the level of the likes of Jeffrey Buttle. But he's on his way.
He really is. Yeah, remember, 17 years of age. Trains in Orlando in Florida, and spends time in Toronto as well. He's actually from Toronto. Skates at the Granite Skating Club there. In fact, when he started skating, he wanted to play hockey. What a team, eh? What a team.
It's funny how it's like...
So here we go. He's not going to be right up the top there. There's no doubt about that. But it's not bad. 70.89 his personal. He's going to beat that. He's going to beat his season's best. And it's not bad news for Patrick. He goes into 7th place, in behind Brian Joubert, but by some way, nearly 5 points behind Brian Joubert, but ahead of Kristoffer Berntsson, which is key. Remember, Berntsson skating at the beginning of the afternoon. He skated a blinder. So 7th place for Patrick Chen. And he can see that on the scoreboard now. 2 to go.
Representing Japan, Takahiko Kozuka.
Well, he finished 2nd in the Japanese National Championships this year. Was Junior World Champion 2 years ago. Didn't have a great time in the 4 continents. Finished in 8th place there. What can he do in this short program? This is 19-year-old Takahiko Kozuka for Japan. The music, Caravan.
Double toe, sorry, Chris.
We're getting carried away here. Oh, he gave that loads. That was a triple axel.
Light on his feet with good edges. Flip, the final jump element. Lovely rise and fall on the knee for the circular step sequence.
Yes, he'll take that. Wonderful. Now, not easy for these guys in the latter stages of the afternoon to be able to keep their nerve on such a special competition. Not special just because it's the World Championships, special because of the performances that we've had.
Because it's been an extraordinary afternoon of skating. The first part of his routine, a little empty to me of choreographic content. It was just very open, very easy skating and building into the elements, but compared to what we've seen, it won't really live up to the choreography that a lot of the other skaters have been put in. That, of course, one so important on the component marks. Quick question, Chris. Skeptics Hubby asks, has anybody ever done a quad axel, and has anybody done a quintuple jump?
No. I think there may have been a quadruple axel landed, but not in competition. There are rumours of people doing it.
Who?
I don't know, actually.
4.5 times round?
4.5 times round. It'll happen.
So it'd be that with
it will happen.
rotation?
Yeah, it won't be long. Yeah, just to put it into perspective, these guys are doing 3.5 turns, 4 turns in under a second.
Wow.
So we're just hearing actually that Brian Joubert's extra deduction was because he overran the music. Now I thought that the deduction for that was 2/10, and I'm going to check that up.
Goodness me, thank you for your comments on the message board. I am now overwhelmed would be my name in that. We get hundreds. It's like it's... We'll look at them after tea time. Thank you, though. Thank you.
Yes, keep them coming. Right, technical score, 37.15. Not too bad, 33.076 the presentation score. So that gives them a total of 70.91. No deductions there. So that, a new season's best for Takahiko. Can't ask for more than that. Certainly on the big stage, and that good enough to put him into 8th place. He slots in behind Patrick Chan and just ahead of Kristoffer Berntsson. But not a lot in it. Just just over a point.
Just for your information, it's not their parents sat next to the skaters, it's their coaches, okay, if you're watching, just to make that clear.
So, to wrap it up this afternoon, we couldn't ask for anybody better, really. He's a great guy. And let's hope he's been able to hold his nerve. A wealth of experience now.
bronze medalist in the European Championships last year. He's never been able to really get it together at the World Championships. Could this be the year for Kevin van der Perrin? The music, René Duperre's Exotica. Well, I've got my fingers crossed. He's skating here with a hip injury. He's had it for years, and apparently after the World Championships he's going to have an operation to get it sorted out once and for all. Come on, Kevin, let's have a good one.
On the same practice ice as Brian Joubert this morning, and he just looked in superb condition.
Lovely start. Triple flip, triple toe.
Now, the Axel.
Yes! Just about hangs on. And there's a Lutz. It should be plain sailing now. Well done, Kevin. He'll take it. It was a good skate from him. And remember, he is skating with a hip injury. So it's great. You see him just lifting the leg there. It is a bit of discomfort for him. And I think he struggles with the spins because he doesn't have the range of movement that some of the other skaters do to get into those difficult positions.
And you have to get into the positions to get the levels. The very, very good skate in terms of the jumps and the overall presentation. Just have question marks as to the content of the step sequences.
It was a bit slow, wasn't it, the straight line one?
Yeah, and the second one, the circle, it wasn't as big a circle as he could have made it. And you wonder if you're being too finicky, but the technical specialists total up the whole thing. And it didn't have quite the power that some of the other routines have had. Power's not the right word. It didn't relate to the audience quite as much and have the detail.
Do you think a lot of that's because of the music? The music was a bit heavy.
I quite like the way the music changed, and he used it on the step sequences because of the rhythm, and it worked well, but it just didn't, possibly the extension of it. That was the end of the Axel, making it count.
Yeah, that's what it's key. Hanging on in there.
See, not quite as fast as some of the other skaters, going onto that forward inside edge, which is good. A difficult position there on the back sit.
So it's all done really, really well. And we've seen so many smiles from the men this afternoon. They've been fighting all of them out there. What a fantastic competition. But it's just the comparison. There's not quite the freedom of movement in some of those elements after the jumps that we've seen from others.
Yeah, throughout all of this afternoon, all the performances we've seen, we had one fall, didn't we? And that was all. It was Brian Joubert. Don't think anybody else fell, did they?
Can't remember.
It's all a blur, isn't it?
It's all become a blur. I'm overwhelmed with the message board and it's all become a blur, but...
In fact, your computer's blown up.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Where will they have him? 37.03. Not too bad on the first set. Second set. Presentation 33.21. 70.24. So that has him in 9th place. 9th behind Kozuka of Japan, ahead of Kristoffer Berntsson. All pretty tight around there.
Just
a wonderful afternoon.
Just another thing on the Brian Joubert issue. It could be that the deduction was because of vocal on the music, but the music's been used before. If that is the reason, then they'll go to the jury to see if they can get that extra deduction taken off.
I don't think it's because he skated too long, because I'm sure that's a 2/10 deduction. I'm 99% sure, but I will check on it. So that's how we stand after one of the best men's short programs I think I've ever seen. It's a fantastic result. What have we got? I think there's 8 different nationalities in the first 10, so the ISU are going to love that. So Buttle leads, Weir second, Takahashi in third. That's the situation further down. Vendeperrin just inside the top 10 there. And Kristoffer Berntsson, what a great skate he had to set us off this afternoon. 10th place for him. He'll be thrilled with that. Situation further down. Remember, 24 will make it through to the free. The men's free you can see on Eurosport tomorrow live, starting at 1 o'clock Central European time, 12 o'clock for viewers on British Eurosport. And of course the medals in the ice dance this evening, you don't want to miss that. The third medals of these World Championships. You've got to join Nikki and I for that. I think we're starting around 8:15 tonight, Central European time. So 7:15 on Central Europe, on British Eurosport. All the medals decided in the ice dance. The last 2 groups live. You don't want to miss it. 45 men taking part in this men's short program, and it has been a humdinger of an afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed it. Well, that about wraps it up from the Scandinavian, from Nikki and me. Your thoughts, Nikki?
Well, I'm exhausted, actually. I mean, from when Kristoffer Berntsson went out there and skated so well, we've seen fantastic performances. Tomáš Verner was awesome, and Johnny Weir too. Seen it. This guy was just Takahashi, just wonderful in a different way. And also Jeffrey Buttle, and for me, Jeffrey Buttle probably, I mean, he's at the top of the pile, but the quality of that performance was wonderful. But is there just 3 points between the top 5 in the men's?
There's Johnny Weir.
And there's Johnny Weir, and the elements were wonderful, and the presentation, but difference, isn't there? There's just different styles for all of the men this afternoon, but so exciting to be here. Goodness me, what the final is going to be like tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it. So it's Buttle leading after a absolutely spellbinding performance. Before the event, people hadn't got him in the frame. But he's come out here and skated his socks off, and perhaps that's why the pressure was off.
Such quality in it too, but so tight. 3 points for the top 5 places, and if Brian Joubert wins his appeal, he'll be close too.
Well, that wraps it up. We're off for a couple of hours or so. The free dance later tonight, 8:15, 7:15 on British Eurosport. Bye for now.